welcome to Powered by Authenticity. Thank you for joining me tonight. It's a special, actually really special to me podcast. We've been talking a little bit about travel stories. I know I've shared regarding Miss KK, but I actually have to share my favorite travel story that I've ever had. And in order to do that, I am joined by not only my niece, but also my chief marketing officer for here at Powered by Authenticity and PBA Consulting, Annie Janofsky. Annie, good evening.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, so good. All right. You know the story.
I do know the story. I was there.
But this is true. I can't remember ever a time where I was like, I don't want to land. So just to set the stage, it was, we actually just hit our 5-year anniversary of this. It was October 26th. So I remember I was in Atlanta and I got a phone call and you called me because you kind of got stuck.
Very frantic.
Very frantic.
Very frantic.
Now,
from the Atlanta airport.
Right. Now, where were you coming from?
Baton Rouge.
And you were there for work?
For a conference, a training.
A training conference. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. So you were delayed. There was a flight delay out of Baton Rouge?
Yeah, there was a flight delay out of Baton Rouge. I had like a 20-minute layover.
So 20 minutes in Atlanta is not going to happen?
No.
Okay.
We live and we learn.
We live and we learn. And so luckily I had road warrior status at the time. I think I was like 220 nights a year. So way before that COVID travel restraint hit. And I just remember getting the call to see if I could do anything.
I don't even think I knew you were there.
Yeah, something happened.
I think it was a fluke. I think I just called you to see what to do.
Yeah.
For wisdom.
I think you might be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just happened to be there.
Yeah, I was at the
stars aligned.
Stars aligned as they normally do when they're supposed to. And there was one seat left. I'd gotten bumped up to first class, and I remember I was like, I can get you that seat, but you have to like run.
Hold the plane.
Hold the plane. I'm gonna hold the plane.
She's coming. She's running.
She's running, and you did.
I did.
Yep, and we got to sit in first class
because I row one.
Row one.
That leg room.
Yes. Yes. So I think the best part of this, I think, was the fact, so not only were we row one, but we had great co-seat mates on the other side of the aisle who I remember when they did the oxygen thing where they're like, give me some extra oxygen or something like that.
I hope they're doing well.
I hope so too. Like there's random people who I just hope are doing so well in this world.
They're really great.
Yeah. But we drank champagne.
A lot, yeah.
Yep. And the whole thing was just kind of meant to be.
It really was.
Yeah. What's your favorite part of that whole piece?
Those guys, I mean, being with you very unexpectedly.
I know, it's so great.
I've been on a lot of flights all around the world. That's my favorite.
Aww.
Yes. I would agree. I wish it circled for hours. But I also love those guys.
Yeah.
They laughed at us.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone's ever thought we were that funny.
No. Well, we do.
Except for us.
But the flight attendant thought we were pretty funny too.
Everyone did.
Yeah, it was so great. I don't even remember what we were talking about, but it was just such a good time.
We were just giggling, talking nonsense.
It was late too.
It was very late. We had a car pick us up, which we continued to giggle.
Yeah, we did.
All the way from Buffalo to Batavia.
Yeah, shout out to Buffalo Limousines. They're still there. I still use them every trip. I still use Buffalo Limousine. I'm glad to know they made it through COVID. But that just, I think it's so funny when you're on the road, whether it's family or strangers that you run into, the kind of those favorite moments that you can build, like they just kind of happen.
Yeah. And it's funny because we've been traveling with your work for so long.
Yeah.
Since I was little.
Oh,
and then there we are.
Yeah.
Our business trips collide.
Do you remember when you used to call my expense account an allowance?
Never forget. I still call it an allowance.
Yeah, that's right. That was, I think, sushi and like pink champagne, I think, or something. I can't remember what we were having that night.
Middle school.
Well, you weren't drinking champagne in middle school. Let's just put that out for any
for
officials who are listening. But it is fun. And I think, I think part of it is that people got so afraid to travel during COVID, and you forget the good times that you like had prior, like before that, before 2020, you never thought about twice.
Yeah, and I think like when we travel for work, sometimes it's so stressful, but then like we find light in some silly situations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you have to.
And I think the universe gives us those stories.
Yeah, I think so
find
too.
Light. And not think of all the times we just wanted to be home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is tough. Yeah. But now you're going back out and get to do you get to go to California for your company travels, right?
Yes, for our end of the year party. You can come along.
I might.
Yeah. I'm
going to use your allowance this time. Well, there are many travel stories that I'm sure I could tell. I know I shared the one about Miss KK, but I did want to share this with it being a special occasion of having Annie in my studio this evening with me. It meant a lot to have you here. And definitely I could say some of the best work trips I had are those that you were able to come along with me. And my most favorite flight ever, you were right there as well. I'm very lucky. And I think also for everybody just to remember, bad situations, you can always look to find light. And sometimes that's your niece, the first row, some champagne, and some really cool guys on the other side of the row. Thank you for being here.
Anytime.
I love you.
I love you too. Shout out to those guys in row 1.
Row 1. Thank you for joining our podcast. It's been fun to bring you another story from the road and be able to share it in studio with one of my favorite people on the planet. Have a good evening.